Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a lovely day today. So for today's video, I'm going to be updating you guys on my project pan. It is my finale and it's a good one. It's a really good finale, I can't lie. So it's quite exciting. If you can't tell, I'm very excited to get into it. So yeah, I guess without further ado, let's get straight on into the video. So because this is my finale, I'm obviously going to update you guys on, you know, the progress that I made in the previous month. And yeah, I'm also gonna go through like how many products we've emptied, how many goals I met and stuff like that. Why is this doing this? Please. Yeah, so there's a lot to kind of go through today. So I'm gonna first obviously start off with the updates. So first of all, we have my primer, and the primer that I was working on was the Charlotte Tilbury Wonder Glow primer. I do really like this, definitely wouldn't repurchase it though. It's just, I feel like I have stuff a bit better than this. So this I used twice since the last update, and that has completely emptied this product. So we have the first empty of this video. So just another one to put into all the products I've emptied this year. So I'm going to move swiftly on to the next product, which is the XX Revolution Faux Brow Pencil. So I have used this 8 times since the last update and the progress is insane. I didn't manage to empty this, but if I'm being honest, pretty much from the start, I knew I wasn't going to empty it because there was so much left, and these kind of like triangular brow pencils just take forever to empty, but I wanted to get a good use on it, and it's been kind of good because I have a fringe. This is darker than I need it. I definitely needed a lighter shade, but because I have a fringe, I can kind of hide my eyebrows, so it's not been too bad. But the progress from the last month to this month is just insane, and I definitely used a lot of it. I think I could potentially empty this next year with how much progress I made this year, but it's definitely not going to be the first one I roll in, I don't think. But you'll probably see that in my project pan next year at some point, I would imagine. Okay, then one that I tried so hard on, and there definitely was times where I could have used it, but I don't think I would have emptied it anyway. And that is the number 7 foundation. So this is the Protect and Perfect Intense Advanced All-in-One Foundation, and I do have mine in the shade Creme. Now I used this 9 times since the last update, and as you can see, I didn't empty it, but we are so far down on this now. I'm very proud of myself of how far I've come with it. This has been the only foundation I've used this year, I'm pretty sure, which is insane. Obviously it's not the only one I've used, but it's the one I've focused on consistently. I have used other foundations throughout the year, but this is the one that I've pretty much reached for every single time, and the fact that it's not empty is just insane. So that's kind of put me into perspective of how I kind of want my project pan to go next year, because I would have liked to have used other foundations a little bit more and not just had this one. So yeah, I will definitely be reevaluating how I do project pans next year, I think. So then we have my Revolution concealer. So this is the Revolution Pro Full Coverage Camouflage Concealer. I had mine in the shade C1. I used it 6 times, I think. No, wait, hang on. I think I'm getting my numbers wrong. Oh no, I'm right. I used it 6 times and that did empty the product. And yeah, I would consider repurchasing this. I'm not gonna lie. Mine did break, so I wasted quite a lot of product by the way I had to like squeeze it out and stuff. But yeah, I am glad that I emptied it. I don't think I've emptied a concealer that took me this long and didn't get bored of it. So I'm glad that I have emptied it yet again. Another empty for me to add on, which is just crazy. Then I'm going to move on to this one. So this is the Made by Mitchell blush. This is a blushed bronze. I have mine in the shade Hollow there, and as you can see, I have made progress on this. So I used this bronzer 12 times, and honestly I'm kind of getting a bit frustrated with it, but I think I figured out a way that I can use it. So I took the stopper out, and the one does pick up product, as you can see, but it doesn't pick up enough for me to do anywhere near a full face. But Obviously, I've took the stopper out and you can see how far down we are there. Like, really far down. You can see I've really cleaned all the sides off. And I would very easily be able to get a brush in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a smaller brush, put it in there, and get the bronzer out that way. So that is definitely how I'm going to try and empty that moving forward. I think it will be rolled in to my project pan next year pretty much straight away, because I just want to get it rolled on out so I can try some new stuff. But I do really like this bronzer, so it is one that I probably will repurchase as well. Then I have my Essence Mattifying Compact Powder. I have mine in the shade 11 Pastel Beige, and I used this powder 5 times and it did completely empty it. So there's a completely empty compact for you there, and that is just staining. As you can probably see, there's no powder there, it's just staining. So yeah, another empty. We're on 3 so far, so doing really well for this finale. So then I have my bronzer. So this is the Hula Light bronzer from Benefit, and I've used it 11 times since the last update, and the pan on this is insane. It is getting so big. Oh, and I'm just really proud of all the progress that I've made. I'm getting just a tiny bit bored of this bronzer now, and I definitely want to try using a few different bronzers in my collection, but I am probably going to roll this into my project pan next year at some point. I'm not sure when, but I'm definitely going to roll it in at some point. But yeah, I just want to use some of my own makeup products around the Christmas and New Year time, so we shall see. But that bronzer, I'm so proud of all the progress that I've made on it. Then for me, this is the only letdown I would say for this update, and that is my Steve Laurent lip liner in the shade Vogue. I only used it 3 times. There's very minimal progress. To be fair, the only progress that I think I have is because I had to sharpen it recently, so this is like freshly sharpened. So I think that's the only reason I even have any kind of difference. But yeah, very minimal progress, so I'm just gonna skip on past that one and get onto the better ones. On to the final 2, I have my Revolution lipstick. Now I used this 9 times, which for me is really good. There's no update tally mark because this is just too thick of a formula. I don't think it's ever gonna settle. But I used it 9 times. So from the last update, I needed to use it 24 times because I had a usage goal of 30. But had I have carried on the project, I would have needed to use it 15 more times to finish it. So halfway, I don't think that's too bad. The formula still works. That's kind of all I wanted to know. So definitely gonna stay in my collection, and I'll just use it up as and when it gets used up. And then on to the very last product, which is my Soap and Glory gloss in the shade Plum Sup. And I used this 21 times, so I really was going for it here. And I have emptied it. It's not gonna look like it though, because there is a lot of product, as you can see down here. But if I take the wand out, so the stopper is gone. I'll just show you. The stopper is gone, and you don't get any like product on the wand. And as you can see, my wand is literally broken now. There's like no like, I guess, fluff on it to get like lip gloss on it. I just can't get any more product out of this. I really tried, and I feel like 21 uses is fine. And as you can see, I literally look at the sides on this. I got as much as I could out of this, and I am very happy with that. And yeah, that is the final product and the final empty. So I emptied 4 products in this update alone, but now I just have a few other, you know, little bits of information to let you guys know. So since the start of the year, I've emptied 16 makeup products just in this project alone, and I have emptied other makeup products that haven't even been in this. So I've probably emptied near on like probably about like 24-25 makeup products this year, which is probably the most I've ever done. And as you can see, I'm really proud of myself. I also met 2 goals because this project pan, I did start introducing like goals because I was running out of products that I could empty or even wanted to empty. So I started introducing goals, and I met 2 of them, which is great. And then I only had to declutter 1 item, which was a lipstick, which just, it didn't work. It was definitely expired. It had to go. So that is why I like project pans, because had I not have used that lipstick, I wouldn't have even known it was expired. And yeah, it would have just stayed in my collection for no reason. So I feel like that's really good. I feel like the amount of makeup products I've emptied just in this project pan alone is just insane, and I'm really, really, really proud of myself. But I'm going to give myself a break now. So the day that I'm filming this is the 10th of December. So usually I do my project plans at the start of the month on the 1st is when I like to do my updates, film the update. But I've let it go a little bit over because this is the finale. There's not going to be one at the start of January. That is when I'm probably going to start my project pan, probably within the first week of January. It won't be January 1st, but it'll be around there. I just want to play with makeup around Christmas and New Year's and just get like a little bit more experimentative and just enjoy my makeup for a little bit, and then I'll get straight back in to project panning. But I really, really enjoyed project panning this year, and I feel like next year is going to be even more fun because I'm definitely still going to empty products, don't worry about that. I'm 100% going to put most of my products in to empty them, but I'm also going to put products in with usage goals. I've really enjoyed that, and I feel like that's a good way for me to cycle through products and get use on them, rather than them just sitting in my collection and not getting used, because I'm solely focusing on the products that are in here, because like my foundations and stuff are all pretty full, so like it's hard for me to get through them because I don't wear makeup a whole lot these days. So yeah, I do feel like I'm going to start wearing makeup more though next year because Oakley's getting a bit older and it's easier for me to get ready with him now. So I do feel like I will wear makeup a little bit more, but yeah, I feel like we might get a bit more empties next year, and I feel like I'm definitely going to try my hardest. But I've really enjoyed project planning this year, like I said, and I feel like I'm rambling, but yeah, I really enjoyed it this year. Let me know how you guys are getting on with your project plans. To be fair, I've probably watched most of your project plans if you post them on YouTube, because I watch pretty much everyone, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, let me know how you're getting on anyway, and if you don't see one of my videos before, I hope you guys have a lovely Christmas. But if you do want to see a little bit more of me, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss when I post new videos every Monday and Saturday. Leave a like if you enjoyed, because it really, really does help me out. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.